Okay, this is my fourth attempt to review the 2011 version of Jane Eyre. I really hope this is the last attempt I have to make because you can only talk about one thing so many times. Here's the thing about the 2011 Jane Eyre. I feel like everybody loves it except me. I know that in reality that's not the case, but it just seems that way because people who like it really, really like it. And when there are so many people who have such strong positive feelings and are very expressive, then you kind of feel either pressured to share those feelings so that you fit in, or you feel like there's something wrong with you. And then there's the added pressure of this. If there's something that comes along that everybody has a positive opinion about, and I'm just kind of like, meh, then, well, I feel afraid that I'll turn people off and make people go away, and I don't want you to go away. I'm putting this video up because someone finally said to me, I feel mixed feelings about this. What do you think? And that kind of gave me the courage to come out and say, yeah, I don't know what I think either. I mean, this is a review where I'm just basically saying I don't know whether I'm positive or negative. I am not negative about 2011. There are things that I liked about it, but there are also things that I didn't care for. I'd rather explain my feelings, if I may, in terms of Pride and Prejudice. Follow along, this might be tricky. I have spent 20 years of my life watching the 1995 version of Pride and Prejudice. I have read the book 4 times, I think. I know that there are things that they cut out and things that they added, oh yes, but that movie is Pride and Prejudice to me. When 2005 Pride and Prejudice came out, I admit I was a little bit trepidatious and felt like they had the ultimate version come out just 10 years ago. Why do they need another one? And it's only going to be 2 hours long. How can it be any good? Now, granted, this is not a great comparison. I have seen 4 versions of Pride and Prejudice. I've seen many more versions of Jane Eyre. And believe it or not, there is not one single version that I would say is my favorite, that I would say is the best one, the definitive one. But many of my complaints about Jane Eyre 2011 and Pride and Prejudice 2005 are kind of similar, as well as my concessions. They both look really good. The cinematography is great. Music is really good. Actually, it's by the same person. I see pictures from both of them and I think, wow, there's just something really appealing about this. Something about the depth. It just looks really good. And I think that fans have done a lot to improve that. Whether it's humorous things or dramatic things that fans have made. Pictures, videos, collages. Really showcasing how nice the film looks and taking the good parts and just amplifying them. I think that the changes and the innovations to the storytelling are thought-provoking and engaging. You know, starting Jane Eyre in the middle of things and having St. John featured kind of in the first half was really different and got you thinking. I liked the post-wedding scene. I liked Jane teaching Adele. I thought that was a good montage. Certain things about both movies bothered me the first time I saw them, but they grew on me with repeated viewings. And there are a couple things that never grew on me. They just don't fit right, and so I cannot get used to them. Why do I get the feeling like it's filmed and acted as if St. John might actually have a romantic interest in Jane, even though he later professes that he doesn't? Why do I get that feeling? There are just a couple things that bug me. Lines written just for the movie that people love, and I just don't. In Jane Eyre, I think one of the lines that bothered me was, "You transfix me quite." It just sounds weird to me, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was in the original, but I don't remember. Mia Wasikowska, just, she seems so depressed all the time. When Rochester says, "You seem depressed, Jane," I can't help but say, like, how can you tell? She was depressed before. In the end, everything is subjective. My reviews are all subjective, and my opinions of things will be swayed by what I like and what I don't like and what things I look for. I know that I'm an old-fashioned person, and maybe that's why 2011 just doesn't appeal to me. It has a more modern feel, and it's a little more experimental. That's the trend that things are going in. It seems like every decade's period drama takes another step away from the traditional storytelling model. Sometimes these new movies are just a little too far ahead for me. We don't all have to ecstatically love the same things. If we all did, we'd all be exhausted from fangirling together all the time. And don't you think we'd all be kind of boring?